everyone, this is Lori. I'm so glad you decided to join me today. Today we're going to make some very inexpensive and cute little treat holders. And they're unbelievably easy, so stay tuned. I think you're going to like this. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick up a package of these utensil holders at Hobby Lobby. And every Christmas they have them in two different designs. And I will tell you that they also have the Thanksgiving designs out right now, two different ones. You may or may not see these yet. You'll have to check your Hobby Lobby. But generally when they start clearing out the Thanksgiving aisles to make room for more Christmas stuff, that's when you'll see these pop up, okay? And I think there's something like $1.99 for 20 of them. So the first thing you're going to do is with your paper cutter, you're going to cut a piece of cardstock 5.5 inches tall by 3.5 inches in width, okay? And then you're going to take your corner rounder and just on one end you're going to round the corners, okay? Just on one end. So I'm going to set this aside. All right. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to choose some washi tape that kind of matches the colors, and you're going to place this washi tape across the top where the rounded end is. Now I'm going to be doing this right here behind the camera because it's just easier for me to see when I can look straight down directly on top. It's just easier for me. So I'll show you in a moment. Okay. Alright, straight across. Then you're going to flip it over on the back, and with your detail scissors you're going to round this off. Okay, and do the same thing here. Okay, so it looks like that, nice and neat. All right. Okay. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do on this card is we're going to take some Hershey bars with almonds, and you get 12 in a package. It comes in a long package. At Walmart, you find these in the regular candy aisle in the grocery section, and you get 12 of them for about $3. So this will make 4 packets out of one package of Hershey bars, and they're flat, which I like. And so the first thing we're going to do is take some of this double-sided tape. You can purchase this at Walmart or Dollar Tree. I get mine at Dollar Tree because it's less expensive. And you're going to take little teeny weeny pieces like that, okay? And we're going to start at the bottom here, and you're just going to put one little piece in the middle, and then the same size you're going to put right here at the end. And I'm using the double-sided tape because it's tacky enough to hold. I don't want to use the scrapbooking tape because I think that would be a little too strong, and you want people to be able to take these off. Okay, and so I'm going to place it right here and just gently put it here. And then just continue to do this with all 3. Make them nice and even, okay? So I'm going to do the rest of these off camera, and then I'll come back so I don't have to bore you to death. Okay, so we have this just like this. See? It's not going to fall off. So I'm going to set this aside. And then the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take one of these gold bows, and you've seen me use this in the past. I got this at Temu a while back. They also have this in silver. And then I'm taking a little bell, and what I'm going to do, since this this gold wire here holds everything together, I'm going to be careful, but I'm going to take this off. I'm going to hold this so, you know, nothing shifts around. And I'm going to take this little bell and I'm going to slide this bell on this. Right here, put it in the middle. And then twist this at the back. Now you don't have to do this part if you don't want to. I just decided it was something I wanted to do. And I'm going to twist that fairly tight. Okay. Make sure that's in the middle. Okay. Oh, see what I did? I don't know how I did that. The other ones turned out just fine, but of course this one is on camera, so... Okay, so I'm going to take this off and try that again, okay? Hold on. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. That worked a little better last time. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut just a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit off right here, the wire part. And I'm just going to fold this back like that. Just push it right up against there. And you have what looks like this. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this little utensil holder. We're going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac and glue it down. Alright. Put just a little bit right here. And I'm going to put this right here in the middle, up at the top. Just like that. And you've seen these before. I'll show these to you. I make my own little snowflakes by using my Recollections 1.5 inch snowflake punch. And I just punch the snowflakes with using the white Silly Winks craft foam, glittered craft foam, and you can buy that, of course, in 12 by 18 sheets at Hobby Lobby, and I think it's like 99 cents, something like that. And then I just took some glue and just put a little tiny, teeny weeny dot of hot glue on the back of this. I would not suggest using Fabri-Tac to glue this on the back. For some reason, Fabri-Tac Fabri-Tac eats away at the foil, the silver foil in the back of these rhinestones, and then it doesn't appear as shiny. So a little info about that. I'm going to take, but I can take my Fabri-Tac and put it on the back of the Silly Winks craft foam. So, and I'm just placing one here just because I think it looks pretty. You can decorate yours, of course, any way you want. Just putting a dot like that. Okay. So we're going to let this dry completely, and then we'll be back and I'll show you what we're going to do at the very last. Okay, so everything here is completely dried. And so what we're going to do is we're going to just squeeze the sides a little bit right here towards the lower half. And then just take this and then slide this in, just like this. Make sure that you're kind of squeezing the sides a little bit. Kind of pop it open. Alright, there we go. It's just like this. Now I'm going to take just the tiniest amount of double-sided tape right here, and right at the top, right below the bow, just going to put a little dab in there just to kind of hold it closed like this. Okay. Now I'm thinking you could also slip a gift card in here. I think that would be fine. Maybe not the type that are on the cardboard, but if you take the gift card off, you know, and just slip it in. So, and there's also something else you could do. You could use the Stickles glitter glue, and this is in cranberry. You could maybe put like a little, oh, better shake it down there first. Maybe put a little bit of the glitter glue here on the cranberries. Cranberries. I meant the holly berries. At least I think that's what they are. And let that dry thoroughly. So I'm going to do that. And this just popped open, so there we go. But anyway, this is what you have, and I think this would make a really sweet gift. And another thing I love about this is the back is blank, so you can stamp to and from on the back, or, you know, write any little sentiment that you want. So I hope you enjoyed this really simple little treat here, and I'll go ahead and take a picture of this once this dries completely, because this will flatten a little bit as it dries too. So let me know what you think about this, and do you want to see more ideas using little treats and things like that? Leave me a comment below, and I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and God bless. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.